to episode 4 of the Boost Hospitality Podcast, Season 3. As you all know by now, in Season 3, we are interviewing some of the best people in the hospitality industry when it comes to helping other hospitality owners with their bookings and just getting a better understanding of how digital marketing works. This episode, I've reached out to Steve Lowry of Umi Digital. The reasons why I like Steve: number one, he's a Liverpool fan. Number two is that he has built up one of the best digital marketing agencies in the UK. He started off in hostels and he very quickly got a very good education in digital marketing. This is way back in 2010. I will let Steve introduce himself in a minute, but he's gone from there and now he's a public speaker. He gets featured in a lot of blogs and whatnot when it comes to hospitality. And I'm so excited that I'm going to get the chance to asking him a few questions and he's going to be able to get you guys the knowledge. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to Steve, who's going to introduce himself and his business.
My name's Steve Lowe. I'm founder of Umi Digital. I studied hospitality when I was younger and ended up running backpackers hostels and also hotels. Umi Digital is a digital marketing agency aimed at the independent hotel sector. We also work with a number of hostels, both in the UK and Europe, and we also work with luxury hotels. We try and provide more than just pure digital marketing support and look at things in a bit more strategic level and also using data to try and help grow their businesses. When I came back from backpacking, I had the opportunity to manage a hostel in central London, 500 beds, branded, and this was in 2004, before hostels are sexy asset class as they are now within the hotel industry. We had a good time of it. We learned very much in terms of how to grow a business through digital marketing before social media and other such things, and also showed us the power of youth travel in terms of the resilience to things like terrorist attacks, and something that even from a hotel point of view today, a lot of people try and attract a younger generation of travellers because they tend to be more resilient.
Okay, so during our chat, I really wanted to pick Steve's brains. And the next question I asked him was, what is the biggest pain point that he sees within the hospitality industry for owners right now?
The big pain point, I think, for independent hotels is often knowledge. Hotel managers, having been one myself, very little time. Particularly in rural locations, it's very difficult to get access to good seminars and training courses to actually really understand the ethos and detail needed to deliver great digital marketing strategies. Obviously, online travel agencies has put a lot of pressure on bottom line of performance of hotels, particularly independent ones. But I think it's also affected branded hotels. Losing 15% of your bottom line in commission can be devastating to some smaller properties. I think that knowledge part is essential. Even if working with agencies, understanding what they're doing for you is really, really important. We have a way of trying to not only do things for people, but try and help them understand why we're doing it, which is sometimes a challenge. I think the other issue is technology generally. I think the fact that the technology industry within hotels is so fragmented and often things don't integrate very well means that it can be very difficult for smaller properties or independent properties to be able to invest with knowledge in what they're supposed to do to make sure that we can work together to provide a better strategy going forwards. The fact that it's so fragmented means that either you need lots and lots of different systems or you end up not getting some of the core systems. So I think, when you're looking at booking engines and even integrations of booking engines with PMS systems, with channel management, with revenue management, even for smaller properties, it's very, very challenging. I think great strides have been made over the years, but I think some software is not as good as it could be, and some software is not innovating at the pace of which other parts of the industry should be or could be innovating. So I think there is a challenge for the smaller properties to find a solution that actually matches their needs But that goes back to the training and understanding of technology, because if they don't understand what they're really looking for or have a strategy around their technology, it's very difficult to choose the right product. We work really hard to educate and also sometimes even create a beauty parade of systems to make something that makes life easier for that hotel. One of the biggest issues, I think, with hotels' investment in technology is that we want to make sure that the technology actually makes their life easier and not more difficult. And that is very much finding the exact right technology for that particular individual hotel, because each hotel has different skills in-house or through ownership, and that's what's really, really important.
And finally, just like I'm asking all of my guests this season, what is the one tip that Steve would give to any hospitality owner if they wanted to boost their bookings right now?
Don't pick technology based on what your competitors are doing. Pick the technology and what you actually need, and that can start out with a plan of what you're looking to get out of the technology or your technology partner, and then actually seeing if it's possible. Because what often people do is blindly go into signing up to something because their competitor has it, but they have a different set of skills within their business, and because of that, when they get it, they either don't understand it or it's either too basic or too advanced for them. And I think it's something that I see with hotels. Oh, we've got the system, we don't really use it, and they've signed up for a 2-year contract. So really research and plan what you're trying to get out of it, and then find that partner that matches it.
No, absolutely. I think mobile apps is one thing. I've recently been speaking to a hospitality owner who signed up to this website business, a brand new website, and they had to pay for an app as well. And it's a really good app, but he just doesn't use it. I've been in and looked at like the basics around it and everything, but that's a prime example of what you're talking about there, is that he invested in tech and he's overpaying for something that he doesn't need or he doesn't use. So it's a very good point there. That's awesome.
Cool.
What I like to finish off with, if you've got a blog or where someone can find out more about tech, what's best for them, like point them to there, or just point them to your website or your social channels, anywhere that you want to just point people to.
Well, really, I think from an Umi Digital perspective, we really try and just be that support arm to the hotel in a flexible manner, where we fit in where skills don't exist. Obviously, the core of what we do is a bespoke website, but the support around it is different for almost every single one of our clients. And first of all, by doing the website based on data, and then secondly, in terms of the marketing support or whatever we may do, I think each independent hotel is unique in its own wonderful way. And we really, really appreciate and embrace the inventiveness and uniqueness of independent hotels. We want to be their partner for a long time and not just for a single website. You can follow us on Umi Digital's either Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Umi Digital, or at Umi Digital on Twitter.
And that was my interview with Steve Lowry from Umi Digital. If you'd like to go and check out their amazing website, go to umidigital.co.uk. Umi is spelled UMI, digital.co.uk. Massive thanks for Steve for doing that. I really appreciated his time. Please go and say hi to him on all the social medias. You can get to his channels via the Umi website. If you would be so kind to do me a massive favor and go leave a review on iTunes of this podcast, that would be amazing. Remember, if you get those 5-star reviews, you get a virtual hug from me. If you want to come and say hi to me personally, I'm on Twitter at BoostlyUK. You can email mark@boostly.co.uk, or just come and find me on the facebook.com/Mr. Mark Simpson. This is episode 4 of season 3 of the Boost Hospitality podcast. You can go download episode 5 and the other episodes from season 1, 2, and 3 right now on iTunes. I will see you very soon.